Good morning, and welcome to Anne-Marie's Workshop. I was just going to do a brief book recommendation, not so much of a review. We recently got a puppy in our family. My son has a new puppy called Cole. I think you'll see his picture on the thumbnail of this video. And I came across this book in my collection, Please, Puppy, Please. And it reminded me so much of Cole. And it's by Spike Lee and Tanya Lewis-Lee, and pictures are by the wonderful illustrator Kadir Nelson. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's about a brother and sister team who get a new puppy and all the adventures that go on. I recommend this book for you, and I also think you should go by the library. They have lots of books about kids and puppies, and the pictures are fabulous. So I'm going to show you one. What an adventure, right? So please go by the public library. Miss Lisa will be dying to meet you. You could also maybe get a copy of Please, Puppy, Please. Now, another fact I've learned about Jamaica is, as an island nation, this land was historically forest. So all the things that we think about that grow here that we find so intriguing, like fruit and bananas and cassavas and papayas and soursaps and yams and all of the foods that are that we think about as being inherently Jamaican, that we love to eat, are really brought from other places. Because during the slave trade, as well as the colonization of the planet, they brought many different types of things here that grow wonderfully in Jamaica, but are not indigenous. Indigenous means that it came up off of this land and is natural to this land. So a lot of the things that we think of as Caribbean are non-indigenous, that they came from China, or they came from Africa, or they came from Europe or someplace else, but they grow really wonderful here, such as orchids and hibiscus and all these wonderful things that we have here. So I thought that was a fun fact to know about Jamaica. Hey, summer campers. In part of our Stop the Summer Slide camp, I'm not sure what day this is, but I wanted to show you a fun fact, some unusual fruit. I think you can get these in Florida, but not from hanging from the tree outside. These are called guineps, and they look like grapes, but they hang on the tree, obvious. But let me show you how you, eat them, and how unusual they are. They are my absolute favorite fruit. They bear between the middle of the beginning of July all the way through August. So sometimes I miss it, but a sweet lady brought me a bag yesterday, so I wanted to share it with you. You crack it with your teeth, and they kind of crack open. Did you hear that? And on the inside is this delicious fruit that you pop in your mouth, and it kind of melts off. And you have to be careful. Don't be talking like me. I'll take it out just in case. It has a really large seed. You have to be very careful. We usually don't give them to babies and little kids because it can stick in their throat if they're not very careful. So that's why I stopped talking while I had it in there. But they are delicious. I can't even describe. They're not like mangoes. They're a little like lychee. If you know what lychee are, it has that kind of flavor, but a very soft flesh. But I thought you'd be interested to see that there's different fruit all over the world. These are guineps. I wanted to talk to you about another thing that you can do during summer vacation time. You can practice something called meditation. And you can look this up on the internet, as well as you can find books at the library about it. But I think it's very, very good to help you calm yourself and get ideas and just have a moment of quiet. And meditation doesn't always have to look like uh, chanting and breathing deeply and stuff like that. You can do different things. Like, I like to hang laundry. I also like to color. This is a wonderful coloring book that I got from the Dover company called Flower Power. I like these ones especially, but you can make your own. You don't necessarily have to buy one. The reason I like these is because after you're done, they're see-through and you can hang them in your window. And I like to put those up in the window while I'm visiting here and when I'm at home, so I can kind of remember some of the things I thought of. Now, one of the benefits of meditating is that it helps reduce your heart rate. It helps with stress. It helps you come up with ideas. I find it really helps with creativity because in the middle of coloring, all of a sudden you have all these ideas, or gardening, or whatever you do to meditate with, or to think with. Sometimes ideas pop out. Like I like to upcycle old markers because we go through a lot of markers in the library, and I always wondered what to do with them. So I soaked them in distilled water and made watercolor paint. And I was just thinking, well, now that you have all this paint, what are you going to do with it? And while I was busy coloring, out popped the idea that, while I was coloring, out popped the idea that I could use the watercolor in our own coloring books and posters and stuff that we do at school. We can use the watercolor paint for that kind of stuff. And that didn't come to me before, but it helps with meditation. And it also helps, especially when you come home from a hard day at school. Take like 5 minutes or something to take a moment to do some kind of meditation, some breathing and calming yourself, so you can go into the rest of your evening and have a good day. It's good for your brain.